Yeah, listen to that sound. On my here from vehicle height restrictions. Yes, my new channel name, it's been up for a while, but in this video, this 2021 GMC Acadia, yes, I am now officially vehicle height restriction VHR. So let's go ahead and get to it real quick. I have a 2021, like I said, GMC Acadia front wheel drive SLT. Now, this is a good time for me to do a quick little update video of the GMC Acadia because I really do like this generation of GMC Acadia. I mean, design-wise, you know, different front end, different rear end, you know, facelift, all that stuff. Pretty sure the same wheels as the previous design as well. And let's do a quick little look through in the interior. I'll go more in the interior in a second. But the 2019 that I had was the SLE. This is SLT. So this one has the leather seats, other one had cloth. But it's not just the refresh, the front end that's different, all that stuff. There is a new engine option on this thing, and I'm gonna get more to that in a second. 2-liter turbo. Same color as the previous one and all that stuff. Let's just go ahead and get to it on the inside. But before we do, let me go show you the key real quick. Here's the key fob design is very similar. You got lock, unlock, and you got the remote start right here. Press twice for the trunk release right there. But the doors are currently unlocked. You press the button right here, it locks all the doors. You know, the typical GM stuff right now. You can actually unlock the doors, you know, any door you want for the touch of the button right there. Keys in my pocket. Let's go ahead and hop on the inside real quick. Yes. This is the one with leather seats. Seats are very comfortable. You know how GM is. Steering wheel's the same. Gauge cluster looks similar, but you know how it is. It's gonna be the same little font and all that stuff. Infotainment is still the same. All this design right here is still the same. Even the climate control was actually different from 2020 and above. I'm in the 2021. There's no gear lever right here. You have the gear selector, which derived from the GMC Terrain all the way back, I think in 2017 or 2018, I believe it's 2018. It works well in this application and on the Terrain as well. And then, you know, for 2021, it's now the new Tahoe and Yukon and stuff like that. But in this application down here, I like it better than, you know, the new Tahoes. But nevertheless, you have more room over here. This is the front wheel drive model, so if you turn all that stuff, you have the option to, you know, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, all that stuff. Heated seats right here, lane departure. You got the ventilated seats over here as well. Auto stop, all that stuff is down over here. 12-volt socket down over there. SD card, USB Type-C, all that stuff. This thing has 771 miles on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and start up real quick. You hear that buzzing? Let me put my seatbelt so you can stop hearing that. What's called? That is the 2-liter. I'll get to the 2-liter more in a second, but just the inside, that's a whole difference of the whole facelift of this generation Acadia. So the previous one, I also had captain's chairs. I didn't have the bench seat, so this is actually a good, nice comparison as well. So you can check out that previous video to see how I fare back there. I want to make it nice and simple. You got the climate controls right here. You do have, for some reason, an outlet, which I expect this type of stuff in the truck, but I mean, they keep putting in a small car, so I guess, I mean, it works out in the end. Nice climate control function down over here. It's same just like the previous generation. You do have little cup holders right here, keep on pulling. You do have a little storage space as well. So this facelift is very nice. I believe GM has done well with the facelift design as well. But let's go ahead and talk about this new engine. Go ahead, pop it up. You have a strong finger for that. All right, find the button. And here it is. It is a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Now, this is not the same 2-liter 4-cylinder that I reviewed in the Chevrolet Equinox. That one had like a beautiful voice. The first time I was exposed to this 2-liter was in a Cadillac XT4. And this is where the Cadillac emblem would be on the engine or the plastic cover if it was in the SUV or a sedan. But yeah, it's not the same 2-liter turbo. It makes a loud noise upon startup. I mean, it's very torquey, what you expect from a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. But I think it's my least favorite 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo, just because the noise it produces. It sounds so rattly, but it is new for the 2020. So the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder is still available, which is great. So is the 3.6. So I believe this has to be the mid-range trim level. I believe the 2.5 is still the base. What's also new for 2020 is not just the engine, is what it's paired to. It's now a 9-speed automatic transmission, which when I reviewed the 2019 was the Achilles heel of the Acadia. The 6-speed was very slow and sluggish. But let me go ahead and talk about the performance. So this is the 2-liter turbo, 228 brake horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque, made it to a 9-speed automatic gearbox. Now that 9-speed, like I just said, is paired with the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, which is great, and also the 3.6. So, I mean, that's a huge improvement. So the 2.5 and the 3.6, the power output is still the same as the generation Acadia that I reviewed, the 2019. But it's paired to a 9-speed, which, I mean, it makes a huge world of difference. But the only difference is for somehow they managed to squeeze out one more torque out of the 3.6, which is kind of strange, but hey, but that's it. So I'm gonna try my luck at a GMC dealership downtown. I only have this SUV for one day, so I'm gonna make it kind of quick. So I'm actually here in downtown Nashville, Buick GMC Beamer. You see a little downtown Nashville down over there. And thank you, Mr. Mike, for your time and your patience. But as of right now, it's 2021 and there's a huge chip shortage. So even the rental car companies, we don't have that many new cars. Well, we don't have a huge abundance of them. And honestly, these dealerships are really struggling. So used cars could be scarce a little bit. New trucks are gonna be scarce as well. So they have no AT4s. They don't have any 4-cylinders for me to talk about because of the chip shortage. But I'm gonna look on down in this line right here. I think it's a nice little black one over there. I'm gonna check it out. There goes a nice Division, a nice little chopper found up there. It's very busy downtown. Sorry for the road noise as well. But let me browse at these real quick and let's see what I can see we could talk about. We have the GMC Acadias and also we have the Buick Enclaves. I've driven the Enclaves multiple times and I really do like this. And actually when I reviewed the Cadillac, I was like, yeah, you might as well get the Buick version, honestly. But now we are here, we have the Denali's of the Acadia. And I've yet to actually see the inside of the Denali. So this is the Denali, it's unlocked. Put the seat back just a little bit. Bet you the comfort's nice on them. Two-way memory seats. Oh yeah, the cover on these seats are slightly better, actually a lot more better. Wood grain on the door. Memory seats up here. Different little texture over here. I'm not sure what type of texture this is. He did the remote start. He did the remote start for me. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. He did the remote start. So it's the same key as well. Same key design, lock and unlock, all that stuff. It's got 13 miles on it. And it does have the different, you know, that premier nice little gauge cluster right here. So RPM gauge is on the left. You got a speedometer in the middle and all that stuff right here. So, I mean, that's a very nice gauge cluster design. I do like that by GM. Parking brakes over here, heads-up display, all that stuff. You can move and all that stuff. This is over nice design. Climate control still the same. All the buttons down here. So now you have your heated and valet seats over here. No 4-wheel drive option on this lot, you know, but you got your tow mode down over here. Nice sunroof. Not only has a sunroof, that's a nice little panoramic roof as well. So for people in the back, just how it is in the Enclave. You got the Denali stitching on the headrest as well. I mean, overall, it looks pretty nice. I'll definitely spend this much money if I were to get the Acadia body style. I would get the Acadia over the Cadillac any day. Honestly, it's about the same. So that's that. Go ahead and turn it off. I'm gonna pop up the hood real quick. So Here it is. This is actually the 3.6, and you can see it still has a lot of room in here. You could probably put the V8 in here. I know those days are gone and over with, but nevertheless, this is actually the 3.6 V6. You can actually get the same thing in the Buick Enclave right here. So I mean, that's actually pretty good. This is the this is GM's bread and butter right here. 310 brake horsepower, 271 foot-pounds of torque, and now it's paired to a 9-speed automatic gearbox, which is fantastic. That 9-speed is actually pretty great, but sadly they don't have the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder here. Maybe I'm at a dealership, I don't know, but this is my one-stop shop right now. But once again, thank you, Mr. Mike Greenberg, Bema Automotive Group. He's the one, when I was in the car talking, I was like, I don't need to start it up. He did the remote start, which was actually pretty funny. So I had a really good interaction with him. So next time if I need to come to a GMC dealership or a Buick dealership, I find my new home. With that being said, if you come looking for a Buick GMC, especially that Buick right there, come down here, Mr. Greenberg, downtown Nashville. I really do like it, and especially this division, man. Oh my goodness, I'm actually really in love with the design of this thing. I mean, I really am. Let me finish up the Acadia review, but my goodness, man. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up this video real quick. So the reason why I rented a Acadia once more was to show you guys this new 2-liter engine. Let me go ahead and start it up for you while I'm talking. I know it's gonna be loud and very annoying, but let me just go ahead and start it up for you. This to me does not sound like a nice luxury or premium type of an engine that I would expect from a Cadillac, honestly. Yeah, it's got power and torque, you know, compared to a V6. It feels like a V6. I'll give it that part. Driven the V6 Acadia plenty of times. It feels like a V6. Let's go ahead and go to the drive dynamics real quick. When you're on the move and you're giving some gas, you do hear buzzing a little bit. I wouldn't expect any good reviews off of it from a Cadillac. Go ahead, floor it. Yeah, you definitely got some wheel spin and a little torque steer. The wheel spin is not as aggressive as the 3.6, but it will definitely spin this wheels, no problems. I mean, you could, you know, turn up the traction control, but why would you? But we just did, and we're gonna do it again. Yeah, it pulls and it's strong. As you can see, I turned off the traction control. It's actually about the same as well. Having driven the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, cloth seats, you can get the 4-cylinder with these leather seats as well, but had the cloth seats, smaller wheel, didn't have the roof rack on the top of the car. The acceleration from this engine feels about the same, and that's all what the 2.5-liter needed. Yes, it only has 193 brake horsepower, okay, compared to what, 220, or almost to what, 240 essentially in this, and it's very torquey, okay? But that 9-speed is what gets the job done. I mean, even when I merge, I messed up my merging process. Nope, it's right there. Merge on the highway. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it gets up and goes. It's not 100% the same as the V6, but it's reminiscent of it. Then once you get to nice highway speeds, you want to cruise along. It's not bad. The ride's very comfortable. It's quiet. I have no complaints on that department. Want to overtake? It gets up and goes. There's no drama. And the highway speeds, you don't hear the buzzing of the engine as much as you do as it is idling. Visibility is great, but whatever you do, do not roll down the back two windows simultaneously, because this has one of the worst buffeting sounds I've ever heard. I mean, the faster you go, it literally, let me just stop. It's horrendous. But it being a 2-liter 4-cylinder, it's not as heavy as it is in the V6. And if you're gonna tow, yeah, that's when you really need the 3.6 V6. That's when the V6 actually makes sense. So why would someone need a 2.0? I mean, it is perfectly in between the 2.5, 3.6. But if you're not towing, if you do minimum highway driving, I would say go ahead and get the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It's less stress on the 9-speed. And the 9-speed can handle the torque. It can handle it, most definitely, if it got the V6. Sadly, I did not get a chance to show you guys the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder paired with the 9-speed. I mean, it feels very similar to this, especially on the highway. But the V6, obviously, get it for towing. 2.5, if you just do anything basic, you know, just have friends or family in the car, stuff like that. 2.0, that's up to you. If you want to pay the little premium, get it for whatever reason you want to get it for. But pick what's right for you. And if you do decide, then go ahead and go to Beaman downtown, Nashville, Tennessee, GMC, Buick. If it's a good friend of mine, Mike Greenberg, downtown Nashville, that was a nice experience. They had shortage on vehicles due to the chip shortage. They did still work with me what they had on their lot, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Hope to see you soon.